If you're looking to do some technical off-roading, the Escape isn't your vehicle. But over here we have a Bronco Sport, which is a little bit better, but it's not gonna be a rock crawler like a Jeep Wrangler. It's mostly designed for, light off-roading. But the Bronco is a completely different story, especially this Badlands. This one is designed for a hardcore off-roading. It's right up there with the Wrangler. Some maybe even think it might be even better than the Wrangler in certain aspects, but it's time to get off the beaten path. Hi, this is Joe from Way Scarff Ford Isuzu, and today we're going to talk about this 2025 Bronco Badlands. Let's dive in. These are great vehicles for people that, want to have adventures on road. These are basically designed for pavement dwelling. The Bronco Sport's a little bit better. The Bronco Sport, in fact, is one of the best off-road vehicles in its class for a compact crossover. But these are based on car body. These are based on car-based unibody architecture, so they're built like cars, where this Bronco is a little bit different of a formula. It's built on rugged truck-based body and frame architecture, which is more rugged, better for going off-road. You have a lot more ground clearance, and then you have a more advanced four-wheel drive system. For a long time, the Wrangler really didn't have any competition until the Bronco was reintroduced, and it has been making waves. One of my favorite automotive publications, Car and Driver magazine, they think this is one of the best mid-size SUVs that you can buy. They think it's one of the best off-road vehicles you can buy, and they think it has an advantage over the Wrangler, which is great. I love the Wrangler too, don't get me wrong. I'd love to have a Wrangler. I'd also love to have a Bronco, but where they differ is that we can see the front suspension on the Bronco is independent, where the Wrangler employs a solid front axle, where some might argue a solid front axle might be superior in ultimate off-road situations, but there is a compromise. This thing, do some research yourself. This thing can keep up pretty much to the Wrangler, pretty much in all off-road aspects, but that independent front suspension makes it so much better on the road. And obviously we love going off-roading, but still, even with a vehicle like this, probably 80% of its life it's going to be on-road. So that independent front suspension greatly improves the on-road feel and driving, and these are actually really nice. Even though this is designed to be an off-road vehicle, it actually has a really nice, pleasant on-road feel to it. These big tires and cushy suspension soak up potholes and beat up pavement with ease. On the regular Bronco, not talking about the Raptor, there are two engines available. The base one's a 2.3 liter EcoBoost turbo, 4-cylinder pumping out 300 horsepower. This has the optional 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6 pumping out 330 horsepower, capable of 0 to 60 right around the 6-second range. Not too bad for a rather large vehicle. We got a metal front bumper, tow hooks, nice media set of off-wheel off-road tires. You can get the Bronco in either a 2-door or 4-door. Obviously the 4-door, like this one, is a little bit more family friendly. Being a midsize, you have a nice spacious interior, and it's one of the few vehicles you can actually remove the doors. You can take the top off. This one has the optional hard top, but you can get a factory soft top, aftermarket soft top, a bimini top for a wonderful outdoor driving experience. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife of vehicles. It's an off-road warrior. It's a convertible. You can drive it down the beach on a nice day. What a great place like the Pacific Northwest to have a vehicle like this. We're one of the few states, one of the few places in the world where you can actually drive on the beach. You have like 30 miles of beach access where you can take you and your family off for find a nice little quiet spot on the beach, and you have a space to pack the coolers, the blankets, all that good stuff for a fun day out there. Or maybe you can go up into the mountains. I've done some four-wheeling in the mountains in the past, and it's absolutely beautiful here. We have such a wonderful outdoor playground here in the Pacific Northwest. You can go to the dunes of Moses Lake or the dunes of Florence. This one will be happy to go there as well. So it also has these rock rails as well here. When you're out there in the wilderness, you can do it in complete comfort. This has a lovely leather interior. We have heated seats, heated steering wheel, huge screen for the Sync 4 infotainment system, one of the best in the business. This one has navigation. We have a rear parking camera. We have a completely digital gauge cluster, nice synthetic leather and stitching on the dashboard. You have a mount here for an action camera. We have these auxiliary switches, so if you want to add some additional lights, like a winch, that's all ready for you. Nice leather wrap steering wheel. We have automatic climate control. The four-wheel drive system is pretty easy to use. We have two-wheel drive high, four-wheel drive auto, four-wheel drive high, and four-wheel drive low range. Then if you hit this button right here, we have trail control, which is basically like cruise control for going off-road, so it'll maintain a nice, safe, slow speed allowing you to focus on, you know, managing the terrain, keeping the vehicle, keeping the shiny side up, while it can worry about modulating the throttle and moving along at a nice, safe speed. This one's got some pretty advanced off-road hardware. Not all the Broncos have all these features, but being one of the range-topping models, this one is very nicely equipped. We have a front axle disconnect. We have a front locking differential, rear locking differential. This one allows you to do a turn, like a tank-style turn. It basically breaks the wheels on one side of the vehicle so you can just spin around, which is nice in a tight, you know, trail situation. You can also rotate this dial right here for a drive mode selector. So we have normal, we have slippery. You can see that's going to pop it in to four-wheel drive auto. And the gauge cluster might look a little bit different too, depending on which drive mode we have it selected. We have eco for efficient driving. That's going to pop it out of four-wheel drive into two-wheel drive high. We have sand for loose, dry sand. You can see it's going to put it back in four-wheel drive. It's also locking the rear differential and shutting off the traction control system, which is preferable in driving in sand. Then we have mud and ruts. So that's going to disconnect the stabilizer bar. It's going to lock the rear differential. The traction control is off, and remember, this is for off-road use only. And then we have Baja for high-speed off-road driving. That will shut the traction control system, and we'll put it in four-wheel drive high. Then we have Rock Crawl for low-speed rocks and boulders. That will put it in four-wheel drive low range. The traction control is off. Those are your GOAT modes. Is it the greatest of all time? Possibly, but it actually stands for go over any terrain. Well, thanks for joining me on this walk-around video of this really cool 2025 Bronco Badlands. We're Way Scarff Ford. We've been in business 103 years, proudly serving the greater Seattle-Tacoma area, located in Auburn, Washington. We sell new Fords, new Isuzus, and a very wide variety of pre-owned vehicles. I'll leave a link in the description for our current inventory of Broncos, new and pre-owned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.